Okay, so your next CER warm-up, we are going to be doing problems 41 and then number 3 here. All right, so number 41 says a group of students made the observations listed below about the size, shape, and appearance of their hands. Okay, so it says 2 students have scars on their hands. 5 students have pointer fingers that are longer than their ring fingers. 9 students have ring fingers that are longer than pointer fingers. 6 students have rings on their fingers. 7 students have pointer fingers and ring fingers that are the same length. Okay. Which of the students' observations describe inherited traits? So we're going to go back through and we're going to label them either inherited traits or acquired traits. Remember, inherited traits are traits that we are born with and it comes from our parents. It's inherited genetically, like passed down. And acquired traits are traits that we get, like physical characteristics that are acquired through life, our experiences. Okay, so 2 students have scars on their hands. Scars are going to be acquired. 5 students have pointer fingers that are longer than their ring fingers. So the length of our fingers is something that is inherited. Okay. And 9 students have ring fingers that are longer than their pointer fingers. Again, the length of your finger would be inherited. 6 students have rings on their fingers. Rings would be like an acquired thing because you're putting them on and taking them off. It's not something you're born with or inherit from your parents. And then lastly, 7 students have pointer fingers and ring fingers that are the same length. And again, the length of your finger is going to be inherited. So our answer here, we're looking for the inherited traits would be 2, 3, and 5. So C is our answer. Okay, so we're going to say observation. What is going on with my hand? Observations 2, 3, and 5 are inherited traits. And then our evidence is going to be the definition of an inherited trait. An inherited trait is something we are born with or is passed down from our parents. Okay. And then down here at the bottom, we're going to say our reasoning is kind of combining both. And then if you remember 2, 3, and 5, we're talking about the length of your fingers and how your hand was made. And so we're going to explain that those things are inherited because they're passed down from our parents. So combining all those together, the length of our fingers is inherited because we are born with genetics from our family, from our parents, that determine our length. Okay. And then number 3, switch these around a little bit. Okay. Number 3 says the caterpillars of monarch butterflies eat milkweed leaves. Milkweed leaves contain sap that is toxic to many animals, but not to monarch butterfly caterpillars. This sap makes the monarch butterfly caterpillars toxic to predators and protects them from being eaten. Which of these is an inherited trait of monarch butterfly caterpillars? The size of the milkweed leaves that caterpillars eat. So we're looking for an inherited trait of the monarch butterfly. So that would not be an inherited trait of the caterpillar because it's an inherited trait of the leaves. Okay, that's not our answer. The ability of caterpillars to eat toxic leaves without being harmed. This would be an inherited trait because it's unique to these caterpillars and all of them are born that way. It is a genetic thing that is inherited from their parents. The number of milkweed leaves the caterpillars eat each day, that is not going to be inherited. It's more of like a behavior that they're choosing, how much they need. It's kind of environmental. It's not inherited. Not all of them eat the same amount of leaves every day. D, the number of leaves on the milkweed plants that the caterpillars visit each summer. No. This would also, again, like C, not be inherited because it would vary with each of them. Okay, so our claim is going to be B, that being able to eat milkweed is inherited. We know that inherited traits are something passed down from our parents that we are born with. Period. And then our reasoning is going to combine both of these. So saying being able to eat milkweed is inherited because all monarch are born being able to because of their parents passing it down. Here we go.